It's the final game here of the 2026 Division III College Championships. The Women's Division Championship match coming at you from Waukegan, Illinois, featuring the number 4 seed Middlebury Pranksters and the number 7 seed Whitman Sweets. Both teams undefeated to get to this point, and star power up and down the roster. This promises to be a great game as we take a look at the bracket. Middlebury dispatching Haverford Bryn Mawr Sneakers 15-4, and Whitman getting by the Wesleyan Vicious Circles by a close 2-point margin. Theo on here with Kelsey Percy, and I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the weather delay that plagued the men's final earlier and delayed the start of this game.
It created so much uncertainty, Theo, and these for teams who are hyped up. Middlebury women's watching their men's team, feeling that emotion, but also tied into some tension and nervousness. They feel rushed. They don't feel prepared. Whitman, on the other hand, is a complete contrast because they felt confident, poised, and I think are ready to go. So I'm curious how those nerves play out.
And for Whitman, they're going to have to stop number 6, Ella Widmeyer. 24 assists to the tally right now. Their star player has played for multiple Team USA teams and can do it all for this team. 24 assists is a monstrous number, and Widmeyer earned every single one of them. An absolute dominant player last year, still so young, but when you watch her movement and her ability to execute throws on the field, you wouldn't even know that there's wind. You're going to see some of that high variance, some of those higher number of turns, but everyone on the field knows that Widmeyer is a threat. Heartbeat of this Whitman side is Gabby Campbell, 19 assists, 11 goals. But also just a presence defensively. I know there's 5 blocks there, but she's just able to hover in the deep space and provide a strong presence. True case, Theo, of quality over quantity. The types of blocks she were getting, these are high point, they're perfect reads, they're authoritative, and you see that in the play. She's reading the space, asserts herself into it, and is an absolute leader for this Whitman team. Gotta love the sisters duo there. Kate Campbell also on this Whitman team, a sophomore. Gabby's a senior. But again, watch where Campbell plays on the field because she's going to have an outsized impact. As we're seconds away from the poll, take a look at the matchup notes here. Middlebury had a historic run, winning titles in 2021, 2022, and 2023. Whitman won the first unofficial D3 Nationals in 2009, and this is their first meeting. Which is wild, Theo. First meeting here at Nationals in the championship. Taking a look at the weather here. 3 miles per hour was certainly higher during the men's final. Wind starting to pick up slightly here, but certainly that plagued Carleton chop in the men's final earlier. The wind popping up some throws. It's settled down a little bit. The sun has come out, and the star players have come out to play as well. Get a look at Whitman getting ready. I love this tradition for the Ultimate teams out here. The spirit tunnels, the hype tunnels, you call them what you want to, but players get loud, energy is built, and tell you what, the sidelines are packed right now for this women's final because we've got men's teams, women's team, parents, all here to watch the action. The sun is out. People are lathering on the sunscreen. It wasn't needed a little while ago. But it's going to be tricky because we're still in the rear view of a storm. It's still air getting pulled, heat cranking up, and these are teams that have played a lot of games so far this weekend. They're going to come out, we hope, full energy, full gas. What's interesting to note between these two teams is they're more or less player-led. There are supporters here that are going to help with some discussions and things as we see one of them there for Middlebury, but by and large, coach-led teams. Player-led teams, yes. Player-led teams. Now, one of the things that we'll be watching is on the surface in a practice, it can be more or less straightforward to be player-led, but in intense, high-stakes games like this, your leaders are often your people taking the most play time, exerting the most effort. Can they also think through, make decisions while calling lines, while being vocal, while thinking strategy, while adjusting matchups? Gabby Campbell getting one of her first looks with the disc, finding Joey Beal. Beal will be a key handler behind the disc. Ingrid Noren grabbing that one under some pressure. And Josie Bygrave doing the same, picking that one off the turf. Calling it off was Julia Hansen, but there is a pick called.
Pick called.
So which one?
I want to say, okay, yeah.
Which one? 3. Saying 3.
Bygrave going around, finding Beal now in the hands of Campbell. A lot of congestion in that open side space right now for Whitman. Hansen getting into the middle of the field now. Kate Campbell getting her first touch. Be interested to see and monitor the minutes of Kate Campbell. There's a drop from Hansen leading to a break opportunity for Middlebury. And Ella Widmeyer, playing mostly offense, will go 2 ways out on this defensive point.
Widmeyer getting her first touch of the day. And these counterattacks, valuing those break opportunities, has been so important. We just saw Middlebury men's use them to great effect. Player down, though.
That's Kate Campbell. Saw Kate go down earlier in yesterday's semifinal, and not great to see her go down once again.
Well, and Campbell was injured in the second game of pool play as well. So these might be stacking.
DC Shadow are your 2025 Premier Ultimate League champions.
The best of College Ultimate is here, but this summer the game goes global. From the rising stars of World Junior Ultimate Championships to the seasoned battles of the World Masters Ultimate Club Championships to the biggest stage in Club Ultimate, the World Ultimate Club Championships. Watch the best of the best represent their countries, their clubs, and the future of the sport. Watch it all unfold live exclusively on Ultiworld.
Campbell coming off the field now was able to be escorted. Love seeing her on her own feet. That's a very good sign. That is the third injury or pseudo injury she's experienced this tournament. So hopefully she is okay and can recover. Floysand coming in for Campbell.
Break chance here for the Pranksters as we resume action. Thank you for joining in wherever you're tuning in from, especially if you're on the YouTube. Annie Lee moving things forward. That's Kaya Ganzel. Floysand trying to play great reset defense on Widmeyer. Round to Lee. Lee zipping that one, and Ganzel sneaking out the arm for the catch. Then overthrows her target.
So we've got a pair of turns right here, maybe a little bit of nerves. Remember, both these teams were delayed. They didn't get their full warm-up time. They kind of had to rush through it. Whitman said that it wasn't phasing them. Middlebury didn't get all the touches, but what a pounce D by Lee.
Lee's all over the field, and we'll get bookends for the first score of the game. Amy Lee, a star rookie, making impact instantly.
Lee definitely in the discussion for Rookie of the Year. Someone absolutely to pay attention to in terms of her spacing and how quickly she pounces lanes and attacks. You'll see it just off the fingertips of Hansen there. But watch Lee just vision, seeing the disc, approaches and then goes for the lane, but immediately on the counterattack. That's a big first blow from Middlebury.
Widmeyer throwing the assists. Certainly going to see more of those from number 6. As the Whitman Swedes going with their defensive group. We saw them do this yesterday in their very close 14-12 semifinal win over Wesleyan, where if they were to get broken, they would often put in their D grouping led by Anya Floyson in the backfield. Aldi Fox downfield for them, number 4 in the dark jerseys.
Yeah, Floyson's been very steady for them and someone capable of stepping up. And that was one of the goals of this Middlebury team. They've been to the big dance before. They know about developing depth because you need it in these big high-stakes tournaments.
Floyson finding Ali Garver. Continuing things. Leah Ullman getting a touch. Now in the hands of Fox. Fox's throw eludes Floyson. Another break chance here for the Pranksters.
One of the challenges that Whitman could be experiencing is that cut typically made by Kate Campbell. And if Fox is used to sending those upline shots to that higher foot speed of Campbell, it might take just a little bit of adjustment for them to get used to Floyson as the center handler.
Glove catch from Ruby Salisbury. End zone look now for the Sweets.
Big short field here.
Floyson
Whitman
trying to direct traffic. Finding Garver. Garver has an open teammate, but it's swooped in and taken away by the Pranksters.
Salisbury coming up big there. Lee the mark, a big part of why that was a inside backhand instead of the around flick that Whitman wanted.
Often underrated, the mark.
I mean, I don't know.
Mark's going to come up huge in this
So
match.
you can ask for a ruling, but in order to contest, you do have to have perspective.
I think, I feel like we got it at the same time, contact on it at the same time before he stopped full rotation.
Okay, so you two can agree to leave it as a contest if you both agree and send it back, or you can come to us for a ruling.
Can I count to 3?
Sure. So
I have no strip. But
Okay.
Cotton does have a strip.
I was 70%. Okay, so observer ruling is that was a strip. You did have possession. So offense will retain possession here. So go ahead and pick it up. And then let me get out of here, and then you'll give us you Dark will give us a nice big 3, 2, 1, and you'll come in stalling 1. Whenever you're ready.
Observers handling, getting things moving again quickly in this women's final.
Four-person Team Orange right now is this reset defense from Floyson making things very difficult. Out of bounds for Lizzie Madden. Great defense from number 2 for Whitman, Anya Floyson.
Whitman shut down so many options there, and they are in their red zone. But they've been here 2 times before. Can they put it in?
Looking around and finding Ingrid Noren. Big score for the Sweets.
Noren's been having an absolute breakout tournament. Someone who you might not have known before for this Whitman team, but that's the beauty of this Whitman team. Just athlete on athlete on athlete, all capable of stepping up in the big moments, and that is what they have done all tournament long. The weather has made things ugly. We've seen some really sloppy games. But one of the things when Whitman is on the field is that you see more turns caused by pressure than by carelessness. And I think that has been a mark of what has gotten Whitman to this game. Again, you're seeing the pressure from Garvey there, paired against Alyssa Liu. That miscommunication also, Liu slipping a little bit there, but then able to finally notch this one in. Lee, not Liu.
Kate Campbell being consoled on the sideline there. Unsure if we'll be seeing Kate return onto the field for the Sweets. Disc just at midfield right now. Zora Da Silva, the Southpaw rookie, been a revelation for this team on their offensive line. Lots of space to work with for Captain Molly Snow. Excuse me, that's Izzy Laramie with the disc. And there's a collision, multiple players trying to cover Ella Widmeyer.
Yes, there was contact there, but watch how Whitman is always head on a swivel, swarming the disc, swarming the active space that Middlebury is trying to attack. They're going to keep applying pressure.
CC Rainier keeping things going. Widmeyer reset, blocked by Garver. We were told Garver might be the one to draw this matchup and gets the block there. And one of the strongest defenders for Whitman. Floyson under pressure. Putting this one out. And almost there was Wyatt Albright, their leading goal scorer.
Albright had eyes on it, but the wind just popped it up a little bit too much, and we are seeing some gusting. Wind was almost non-existent during warm-ups for this team, but now may become a factor.
Rainier looking for Laramie, a bit too high for the second-year player.
Turns are stacking up. One of the things that we were talking about with Wesleyan coach and Ultiworld chief editor Keith Rayner prior to this was how much we wanted to see a game with turns caused from pressure.
Great focus from Ashley Hagan. That throw was thrown with her back to the disc, and then she unfortunately puts it into the hands of Melanie Forney. Unfortunate if you're a Whitman fan in the audience seeing that.
I love Forney's catch drop of like, nope, I don't want it. I want the D, but I don't want it.
Wind starting to pick up here. And just as that throw went up to Da Silva, you could really see it affecting the throw from Laramie. It's starting to gust now here in Waukegan. And of note, no two-way player like Julia Hansen on the field or star Gabby Campbell. Boyson around to Hagan. Hagan fakes out Noren. Noren's played a few points in a row now. Fox under and looking deep. Multiple players there, a collision. Foul's going to be called as well. Hoping everybody's okay. That's Ashley Hagan, Leah Ullman for Whitman, and Maddie Mitchell for Middlebury.
Getting another look at this. Definitely a lot of contact.
No, I'm pushing.
But let's listen in on the conversation.
Oh, no, you're I should do that one.
Space. But I don't. Do you want to go deep? Sure.
Okay.
Dangerous play on one? Yeah. I mean, the drop happened before the...
So what we're seeing three cutters converging on that front cone, very small space. And Theo, I was about to make a point about getting off that downwind side.
If you come to us, we are making the final decision.
So would you like to come to us, or would you like to leave it as a contest, in which case it goes back?
Getting one more look of this.
All right, so there is no observer ruling. It's a foul contest. It's going back. We are issuing a yellow card to White for being a little aggressive on the bid where you didn't really have a play. So, but it is a contested foul. It's going back.
So Theo, color me confused because there's a card for overly aggressive play, but there's not a foul.
The two players chose to keep it contested, and it did not go to the observer. I suspect if it went to the observer, they would have upheld the foul call.
I strongly suspect so too.
Is what I'm thinking. So this is good for younger players watching. If you're certain, you might want to go to the observer because you might be able to get the call ruled in your favor. Ullman. Floyson is just working so hard and got the reset there. Garver now.
Whitman doing such a good job of getting off of that low side, and just as we say it, commentators curse, backfield turn. And that's a pretty aggressive roll too, taking them almost to half field.
Widmeyer had Goldstein and Laramie cut into the open side, needing a reset to Captain Rainier. Now De Silva. Goldstein churning yards, having to go to the ground to keep possession, and then swatted away by Garver.
Garver coming up huge for Whitman. Short field opportunity. They've got legs, but do they have the throwers to punch this one in?
It's a very good point, Kelsey. No Beal, who's one of their offensive handlers. Gabby Campbell, of course, not on the field. They're going to have to rely on Floyson, who gets looked off by Garver. Garver throws a little high, and Goldstein will get the block.
Great heads-up D from Goldstein. And
Widmeyer going the other way, finding a diving Izzy Laramie. Trying to settle things down is Laramie. Reset to Widmeyer. Widmeyer's throw finds De Silva.
Absolute perfection. What a heads-up play. And then the hustle through. Middlebury, not one, two players charging through. And then you see Widmeyer with that low step out. You're going to see that a lot from Widmeyer, and it is so effective in this wind because she's putting a ton of rotation, and she's putting it low where the wind can't affect it. And this is under the imposing mark of Garvey. Watch this initial huck. She's got touch on it. It's just sitting down, but the effort, that's a gorgeous layout from Laramie. Gets the reset. Love the clear to make that throw into the end zone possible. Combination, low step out, good execution there. But again, the clear after the reset, making that lane available to the front cone.
If you're the Swedes right now, though, missed opportunity. You had it in the red zone. A couple chances, not able to deliver. And certainly you're wondering how many short field chances is Middlebury going to give you if you're the Whitman D-line offense.
Yeah, if I'm Whitman, I really wish they had more aggressively gone after that high side faster. They kept looking downfield, and I think had they gotten it over to the high side, over to upwind side, they could have attacked the end zone much better, instead getting pinned.
Julia Hansen. And a breakout for Whitman, finding Joey Beal. Beal. And Bygrave for a huge chunk under. As they're turning yards, and Hansen keeping things alive, doing what she does. Putting this one out for Beal. Just too far, and good help defense on the back end from Middlebury as well. That was Paige Sparks.
And that throw is why so many people will make a rule of not throwing same third hucks or same third throws, because it's over the head and over the shoulders, so hard to track down, impossible to run down, because there's no angle on the disc. I'm not saying don't do it, but I'm saying don't do it like that.
Disc back to Whitman here. Beal. Gabby Campbell with a great cut up the line. Keeps it going to Hansen. Bygraves cut drew 2 defenders. And there's a foul called.
Okay, are you contesting?
Yes.
Okay, are you happy to just leave it as a contest?
Yeah.
Okay. Just foul contest.
Foul contest, pretty straightforward. Gabby with the turnaround.
Spin move. Gabby spin move Campbell is what we're going to call her with that play right there.
Whew, shake 'em and bake 'em, Gabby Campbell. That's a good hold for Whitman, especially considering how fast and relatively clean. First score the break, 3 total turns. Next score, 4 turns. Next point, 8 turns. This one, only 2 total. We're trending finally in the right direction.
Little spin move.
Woo!
Spin cycle out here. That was nasty.
Nasty. Classic Donovan video fodder, only where it's already been awarded. Congratulations to Brown from Vicious Circle.
Songs continue to rain down from the Middlebury sideline. They find themselves in a 2-all game. They do have a break, and we'll start the second half on offense. Keep that in mind if you're just joining us. Thea One and Kelsey Percy bringing you the action. We are privileged to be able to call this great game. And we thank you for tuning in, whether you're on Ultiworld.com or on the YouTube channel. We appreciate your support and cheering on these great young athletes in the D3 Women's Division. Fox going to draw the Widmeyer assignment right now.
Like that big mark on Widmeyer. Widmeyer, with the exception of that one big huck, relatively quiet this game, but is someone who can absolutely take over. What does it take to get her started?
Widmeyer looking for the deep throw. Laramie taking some contact from Albright.
Are you calling foul?
Yeah. I guess, I definitely hit you. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. I do think that I guess I feel like I hit the disc and then we both kind of stopped. Like, I think I hit the disc before there was any contact. Okay. And then I think, like, we stopped and kind of collided into each other. Totally. I also agree on that part. Like, we were both, like, vying for the same space. I just think that my hands were like this on the disc. Yeah. Okay. Would you mind if we go to another server?
So yeah, you all can agree to play it as a contest and send it back, or either of you can come to us for a ruling.
Okay. Or you can leave it as a contest. I'm going to contest it. I'm okay. Okay. Do you mind if you leave it like that?
So you both agree to leave it as a contest and send it back?
Yeah.
Great. Contested foul. Back to the thrower.
So one more look.
Foul calls in this game.
Back to where you were.
Contested, and players decide not to go to the observer. Find that a curious decision.
Yeah, this is, again, that's second time, and that might be an educational piece. Remember, both of these teams largely operating without coaches. It could just be a choice to play it out. Saving bid, though, from Middlebury.
Zora De Silva moving it back to Widmeyer. Widmeyer's throw brought in by Laramie. Widmeyer at the helm of this offense. Cool, calm, and collected right now as she looks for options. That backhand drop, but it's caught by De Silva. Easy reset to Widmeyer. Silva working with Widmeyer here. Widmeyer looking to throw and go with Rainier. Rainier going to go the other side, and we'll find Avery Goldstein.
Middlebury taking care of business there. That's a clean hold. That's the first one we've seen so far this game. Talked about trending in the right direction. We like having those clean games. You're still seeing that pressure on the mark. Both of these teams really vying, trying to take away choices and make each other throw more difficult throws. But I like the counter motion, attacking up into the wind and then back downfield.
Coach Kelsey, I got to ask you again about, because this is a new broadcast, we talked about it earlier, but tell us, you mentioned high side, low side. You got to give us some education about the high side, low side right now.
No, so in really windy games, especially those with crosswinds, there are sides of the field that the wind puts more pressure on. And so if you are constantly going the direction that the wind is going, it means getting out of that low sideline is going to be so much more difficult because you're throwing into the teeth of the wind. Better to fight to that high sideline and then be able to release down towards the middle of the field, throwing with the wind.
That's as quick as an education lesson you're going to get with high side, low side right now. And we return to the action. Whitman back on offense. Campbell, center handler right now over to Beal. Beal going up against Lee. Two quick handlers going at it. I like that matchup. Campbell thought about the huck, which made Lee, who's really taking away spots in the lane.
Lee being so active on the mark.
And also sloughing off to take away some of those downfield looks as well.
Yeah, Lee playing very far off, quick dancing on the feet, big flat mark, but just looking at where the thrower's looking and trying to take those options away.
Lee now with the disc, zipping it forward to Ganzel. Middlebury looking for their second break of the game, but that throw pushed down by that crosswind that was aforementioned by Kelsey.
We are feeling the wind gust up and really start to push. You can see the Middlebury flag over in the far side of the fields and the fans just whipping. A good indicator for how the conditions are right now.
Play's going to stop. I think there's going to be some discussion on if the disc was up or down.
Perspective, 100% up. You got it. Yeah.
So again, you all can agree to play it as a contest and send it back if you both agree, or you can come to us for a ruling. Observer?
Okay. So observer ruling, this was up. Okay.
So play stopped here, so it's this receiver.
So a couple interesting things happening there. There were multiple throws, a stoppage, a disc that almost went to the ground, though I do think it was caught up. But Stringer will stay with the disc after all of that.
Lizzie Madden from Atlanta, Georgia, another big rookie for them. As Lee looking to the end zone. And a great opportunity just off the hands of Hazel Stringer. There were multiple Middlebury players there.
I love that Stringer was not the intended target for that, but followed and able to almost make a play. That is a trait that will stand Middlebury well.
Low throw from Gabby Campbell results in the third break opportunity of this point for the Pranksters.
Not a great throw, but feels like potentially a field position choice by Gabby Campbell.
Madden. Couple receivers going deep, and McKenna Bachman, as well as Hazel Stringer. Now it's Lee with the disc, finding Ganzel. Ganzel has Madden with a few yards, but will elect to throw a reset.
Lee open every time, throws looking unaffected by the wind.
Madden looking for Ganzel. Gabby Campbell, I don't think got a touch on it, but just the footsteps and the pressure.
That's a tough shot. And again, you'll see Middlebury choosing to throw a flat mark, really trying to take away the big shot option for Middlebury.
Hansen now. Big fake, looking for Campbell to spin around to keep that alive. Gabby Campbell's ejected into the deep space, and Hansen will now have the disc by midfield. Beal with possession. And Noren's been getting chunk yards right now for this Whitman O-line. Bygrave can't handle that one. Great block. Hansen making sure, catching that one. And we'll dish it off to Beal. Beal shooting it deep. It's taken away by Salisbury.
You're starting to feel a sort of frantic energy from Whitman. They are taking shots that are not bad as choices, but are definitely lacking in execution and not really able to establish flow. It looks a little fatigue-based, and Middlebury still looks like they're full gas.
Full gas with the catch is Madden. Madden's going to keep things going. And Bachman can't bring that one into the basket there. So 5 turnovers apiece on this point. This is starting to become a really all-important one with the energy that it's expending for both sides. A little Oyo throw from Hansen to get things going, and Campbell putting this flick out in the edge. Going to bring it into one of the Discraft signs out there.
Campbell definitely taking all the shots here. But again, we've seen her able to execute much better on these. Again, fatigue might be making a play, but it is getting them field position.
Remember, both of these teams are undefeated coming in, so they didn't have to play that pre-quarterfinal win by winning their pool play matchup. Bachman sure-handed this time. Resets to Salisbury. Working against Noren. Good mark to seal off the backhand for now. Eventually Amy Lee coming around.
I like that switch by Whitman, taking away the downfield space with the mark.
Lee eventually getting freed. Over to Ganzel. Less than 10 yards away. Can they punch in this break? Been a turnover-filled point. Southpaw Bachman. Watch out for that inside throw. Instead, it's a reset to Salisbury. Stacked quite deep for this Middlebury side as the stall count climbs. Is that caught? It is by Ganzel. Possession retained.
I thought that one was down, Theo.
We'll have to get a second look at that later as Middlebury's possession continues. Lee inside, finding Madden. That's a huge turning point in this game. Second break for the Pranksters.
That is wild. That is such a momentum swing. Middlebury currently in the driver's seat, able to fight upwind, and even more important, not only was it a break, but it was an upwind break. So now Whitman, their offense gassed, will have to go down the field and fight back through that same wind that Middlebury was able to score in. Again, as a coach, I am all for, in a windy game, playing the position.
You gotta get a look at this.
Yeah, one more. Trapped on the leg. Wow, that is so impressive.
Saw Salisbury's hands up on her head. I can't believe I threw that and it worked.
Definitely being bailed out by her teammate there. But again, you're seeing the risk tolerance. Campbell being looked to take some of these shots, but when they keep sailing out of bounds and they're not playable, that puts Whitman in a really tough space, especially with how effectively Lee was working in that upwind space alongside Salisbury.
Been very impressed with Lee's play. U20 and U24 for Team China. So get used to the name Amy Lee right now. D-line grouping for Whitman as they try to get this hold.
Middlebury defense swarms and gets the D on that one.
Whitman going to have to do this with some of their O-line players not on the field. Whitmire finds Goldstein, and it's 5-2.
Patented step out, backhand by Whitmire. Those are unstoppable.
3 assists for number 6. Second goal for Goldstein. The lead now opening up to 3.
And just when it felt like Middlebury and Whitman were neck and neck, now it feels like Middlebury in complete control of this game.
Whitman sensing that on their end, calling a timeout here. And I don't know how you're going to stop these low backhands that step out from Whitmire. I don't know what you do. Whitman searching for answers as they're down 5-2. Whitman Sweets in a huddle right now as they called their first time out of the first half. 2026 Division III Women's College Final. Weather continuing to affect things out here. Temperature of 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And the wind, when we last saw this check, it was 3 miles per hour. It's gone up to 8.
8, and I guarantee you the gusts are more than that. We're seeing wind just kind of pulsing across the field. And again, I think one of the things you're going to find is that Whitmire's ability to step out low to get that crisp snap on her backhands and flicks, but especially that backhand that she loves so much. These are things that she uses in everyday games. They will still function exactly like normal in today's game.
There was a bit of a chaotic beginning to this next point. There was some discrepancy on who was going to go on the field, and that's part of that player-led system. There was a discussion on who the 7th player for Whitman was going to be, and eventually a player did step on the field. So certainly you're going to see that continue to potentially plague things right now, or play a factor, I should say. It's Marina Moyse getting the call on this offensive point. Hansen is not out there, neither is Gabby Campbell, Bygrave, or Beal. So this is more of a defensive set once again. 3 straight points for Middlebury. And they're putting on a zone here.
A zone look, 3-person cup, 2 near middles and a little third. They're committing so much of their numbers up by the disc, and it works as the disc sails.
Fox was aggressive on the in cut. Unfortunately throwing that disc with the edge tailing out of bounds. So this is a huge stand that this D-line that was on offense needs to play. They want to continue to have a shot at this game. Certainly lots of game left, lots of match left here. And that short field turnover is going to help the cause. The question is, can they cash it in? The Pranksters electing to stay in their zone, even at their brick mark. Garver working with Hagan.
Again, Floyson stepping up because Kate Campbell is out with an injury. This Whitman team having to go down their depth here in this championship game.
Good effort from Fox to try to keep things alive, and certainly Floyson has played 2 ways as well. Is the quarterback of the D-line and can often step into O.
This is another big opportunity here for Middlebury.
Lee looking into the end zone, and the edge taken away from the target in Sasha Hanna.
A little frustration there from Lee, but I'm impressed with how much distance she got, again, with the way the wind is ripping right now.
Floyson gets rejected. Brianna O'Neill with the point block in the cup of that zone. Lee now needs something. De Silva crossing over to D here. That throw hangs, and Garver will swat it away with the left hand. Much needed for Whitman.
And the wind just wildly picked up. You could see Garver wanted to take off downfield, and Floydson said, no, come back to me. Let's keep this close.
What's that song title, Baby Come Back?
Remember, this is that low sideline that they really want to get off of. They need to be hitting those crossfield swings, but they need to continue as well. And that continue cut, not there, and the near throw goes to the ground.
De Silva offering instruction to the team here. Hannah coming out of the stack, marked by Garver. Instead, it's an open side cut to the cone for Rihanna O'Neal. The rookie on the score sheet now.
Lefty cheat code unlocked. Again, low, step out, backhand, working in this wind. That's huge for Middlebury. They have now scored 4 straight in a row.
Look at the body language of Whitman there, Kelsey. Are you seeing some positivity or heads hung down here?
I'm seeing leadership with head high, and I'm seeing a little bit of a response to that, but definitely in the moment, head down, walking slow, but their leadership so quick to pick up. So another look at that Garver. Garver's just been excellent this game, all over this matchup. But Whitman plagued by too many turns and not able to bring the defensive pressure in response. What a huge cut by O'Neal.
And this Middlebury team, for the seniors, they would have been part of the last of the 3 championship rings back in 2023. And they're trying to do the same by capping off their careers with a title. This team was in the semis the last 2 seasons as well. Fell to Haverford Bryn Mawr in a close game last year, and then by 2 to Carleton in 2024. So they were a consistent contender here, and they were the 4 seed into this tournament.
What a gorgeous pull. That is all the way into the end zone. Travel being called, wanting to walk it up to the front. You got to take that from where it is.
Did not roll out of bounds. That is correct.
So tough because the defense is there and they are setting Whitman way back in the end of their own end zone.
In Callahan country right now, and they'll get a block. I believe that was Madden. The miscue on the pole coverage. Lee finds Whitmire. Whitmire getting a point out here. Step out backhand, but it dies into the turf.
That step out almost there, but again, you're seeing the force of the wind. You got to put more on it right now, and that's scary. Big shot from Campbell, wants it out of their own end zone, and that almost viable, but Albright can't bring it in.
Whitmire going the other direction. Brought in by Ganzel. Ganzel shovels it off, finds Paige Sparks. Some first-year players getting involved. The rookie from San Francisco, California.
Middlebury on an absolute tear. The onslaught continuing. And it all starts with this massive pill. Watch this backhand, because this is going to sail. It gets lifted by the wind. It's deep in the end zone. And Beal picks it up to walk it to the front of the line. But you can't do that. Whitmire, the determination, uncorks this one, inches from the end zone. And I love the poise, making sure, looking for that reset, but instead able to punch it in for the score. Oh, if I'm Whitman, it's tough to ask what can you do next, because it's a lot of the little things. But it's setting up those reset cuts effectively. It's making space and cutting into that space. They've got to commit to the unders because punting and trying to go for field position is not working because Widmeyer is absolutely canceling that effect.
Hansen looking deep. Salisbury will get the block.
Quick note from our sideline. Gotta love the Central Midwest. The wind just changed direction. It is now going the opposite way. So that means the wind is going towards the far side of your screen, headed a little bit towards that back left end zone. Complete reversal.
Hansen inside finds Noren. Looks off Gabby Campbell, who's still open. And perhaps that's the energy the Whitman Sweets need with the deficit the way it is.
That's a big one. Whitman needed that so badly. And you gotta love that Gabby Campbell, the captain, the leader, stepping up in that moment, make sure it's locked in. But you can see the smiles, the posture. Whitman are grounded right now. And now they get to put their defense on the line.
You know, Floyson's going to be out there to quarterback this defense. But this team, this Whitman side, fun fact for you at home, they have not lost a game since February at the D3 Grand Prix. Otherwise, they've been the one to take down other teams. And certainly, there's going to be some adversity along the way. But when you get punched in the face like this, we talked about it at the top, how are you going to respond? Right now, it's been a lot of Middlebury's defensive action, a lot of pressure on the resets as well.
But honestly, you can also take advantage of the elements. Circumstances changed, the wind changed there. They were able to execute in it. So if they can be the quicker team to adapt to the new conditions, they could catch Middlebury sleeping. Do I think that's going to happen? No, but I mean, our tent's about to fly away here.
Yeah, hopefully we don't fly away as we want to continue enjoying this great matchup. Roller pull. Perhaps going to set up a zone look of some sort here.
I love that. We haven't seen that yet, and that is a very legitimate strategy. Yep, 3-man cup. So 3-person cup there. Player on the near sideline, player in the middle.
Garver, Albright, Floyson all in the cup there. Rainier moving it over to Maddie Mitchell. Rainier was one of those players that won a title in their freshman year in 2023 when they defeated Carleton College Eclipse.
And watch Widmeyer really work to get to that now high wind side.
Floyson gets the block. This is a chance for Whitman. And guess who they have on the field? It's Gabby Campbell. Middlebury immediately shifts to a zone. Fox. This throw is underthrown for Fox, and Widmeyer will get the D.
The deep game not working for Widmeyer. Not working for Whitman, but Widmeyer fires one deep.
And we might see some deep throws coming back and forth right now. Barber finding Campbell. Campbell's throw will hit the hands of Widmeyer.
If you're Campbell, you almost have to think that Widmeyer has magnets in her hand, just zoning in on where the disc is going.
Is that a new nickname you're coming up with? Magnet hands. Widmeyer over to Rainier. Far sideline. Rainier has an open target. That's Goldstein, but Goldstein ruled out of bounds by Jason Wilkinson, the observer there.
Out of bounds, and interesting that they're keeping the disc all the way down. I would have thought that it was out of bounds and coming up, but Whitman playing from the front of their end zone.
We saw when Gabby came out of the dish, she immediately punted it. We'll see if she does the same now. Couple fakes, now over to Hagen.
Whitman right now, lots of swings, but no connection to their mid layer. This is something they did to Wesleyan. And now you're seeing Middlebury applying that same pressure and disconnection to themselves.
Great effort from Campbell. Tried to save that low pass. Is a Middlebury 0 point. De Silva working against the zone. Garver on the mark. Now over to Widmeyer.
Whew, that's a gorgeous low backhand.
Goldstein providing some help to save that one. Mitchell dumping it off to Widmeyer.
Watch Widmeyer use her legs to motor across the field, making the defense chase her.
Silva slicing it through. And that's how that goal gets started. Eventually Melanie Forney will be on the receiving end as they take half, 8-3.
There's almost two halves to that point, Theo. It's the half in which Middlebury kind of casually swung the disc back and across the field, and then there's the half in which Widmeyer took over and went every other until the score. Seeing that big effort to save the disc from Campbell, and then the hustle through from Middlebury. Middlebury breaks to take half.
I'm here at the Triangle Ultimate Middle School Championships, where over 30 middle school teams are showing us exactly what the future of our sport looks like. Local, accessible, youth ultimate. At the Ultimate Foundation, we envision a world where everyone has the opportunity to experience ultimate as a sport that inspires integrity, relationships, and belonging. Founded in 2014, we are the philanthropic arm of USA Ultimate. Our funding priorities are focused on fostering access, growing youth ultimate, investing in local communities, and supporting the Girls Ultimate Movement and the Del Rico Johnson Fund. Our mission is to fuel a future for ultimate that is accessible to all backgrounds and identities by supporting USA Ultimate programs, partners, and communities. Let's stop sitting on the sidelines. Let's make the ultimate difference for the next generation.
Halftime scenes here in the women's final of the 2026 Division III College Championships. The 4-seed Middlebury Pranksters up 8-3. And we're joined by Lee Gorman, coach of Middlebury here. And Lee, what a start from your defense. Speak to the efficiency of your D-line offense out here.
I'm so proud of them. We started off in man. We got some turns. We had some really, really hard matchups to contend with, so we put our best defenders on them, and it still wasn't enough. So we switched to zone, and that's been super effective for us. I'm super proud of them.
Yeah, tell a little bit more about some of the preparation that you did coming into this tournament and then coming into this game itself.
Okay, all of our tournaments have been super windy. So we went to ECI in Delaware. It was like 30-mile-an-hour winds. 2 other tournaments earlier than that were in Maine and the Northeast with super high winds and freezing cold. So we're looking at this as a total luxury that we have the wind, which we're used to and accustomed to now, but we also have the warmth. So it's actually feeding right into our plan.
Messaging for your team as you head into the second half with a healthy lead the way you do.
The score is 0-0. We play mini games to 3, and we just focus on each one of those, and that was really effective for us yesterday in the semifinals. That's Sandy Ganzel's idea, my co-coach.
Sounds good. Thank you for your time here, Lee, and wish you the best of luck here in the second half.
Thank you so much.
Middlebury feeling the vibes here and taking a look at the stats. Certainly you're going to be feeling good looking at how many breaks you got in the first half.
Dude, I'm still stunned by that 100% holds. Okay, 3 of 3, but 3 of 3 in nasty wind. 5 of 19 break opportunities, 21 turnovers. But that 10 blocks, that's a stellar number too. Whitman's got to be feeling that 0 of 9 for breaks though.
Yeah, that 0% is certainly going to sting a bit there as they look to get their way back. Garver being a big part of it with 3 blocks to generate those chances. And we're down with Whitman's, we're going to call coach as well, Ben Canty. Ben out here, supporter. Ben, thank you for being here with us. And
of course.
The first half going a bit more Middlebury's way. What do you need to change as a team to try to get back in this one?
I think we're just going to try to make sure we're playing our game. We're going to stay aggressive, and we're going to try to play the yard game. And really, we think we can work through their zone and set our own zone a little bit more.
Talk about the vibes heading into this game for your team, as there was that delay, and how that may or may not have affected this preparation.
I think the vibes are still high. I think we feel like a lot of the other teams around here are bringing tons of energy. I've heard Lewis and Clark teams cheering for us, some of the other women's teams cheering for us, and it's awesome to see the support from the whole community kind of cheering us on, and we're going to try to feed off that energy and use that to ride into the second half.
Yeah, that Northwest love out here. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
Taking a look here, we had the Women's Award presented during the men's halftime. We're going to do the same here. This is the 10th edition of the Donovan Award. A player that best demonstrates skill, and we're going to let Steve tell us more about it.
The spirit of the game that we like to bring to the community in general. These folks are nominated by their individual teams. Let's meet the 5 finalists in the men's division. From Williams-Wufo, number 29, Wade Buckheit.
What do you want me?
From the Berry Bucks, number 10, Mikey Curtis. From Lewis and Clark Bacchus, number 1, Orlando Impus. From the Middlebury Pranksters, number 13, Peter Mann. And from the Claremont Brain Eaters, number 5, Jacques Paradis. And now the 2026 Donovan Award winner in the men's division, from Middlebury Pranksters, Peter Mann.
I mean, you could talk about my face.
How about a big round of applause for all 5 of our finalists? And of course, your winner, Peter Mann, your 2026 Donovan Award winner.
Peter Mann's lifted high in the air to go along with the title. He is named the 2026 Donovan Award winner. Congratulations to him and all the finalists. This is going to be a day to remember for Peter Manns. You win a title and a Donovan Award, which is voted on by your peers. That's got to be extra special for number 13 for Middlebury.
So special. And Peter is someone who, again, as former coach of him, just really appreciate the work that he puts in. And what you see what he does on the field. You see the highlights, you see the bids, the Ds, but what his team talks about is the work that he puts in behind the scenes, the way he is a leader, the way he gives them confidence. And I think that speaks so highly of the young man that just won the Donovan.
Middlebury dancing right now. They're up 8-3 at half.
I'm here at the Triangle Ultimate Middle School Championships, where over 30 middle school teams are showing us exactly what the future of our sport looks like. Local, accessible, youth ultimate. At the Ultimate Foundation, we envision a world where everyone has the opportunity to experience Ultimate as a sport that inspires integrity, relationships, and belonging. Founded in 2014, we are the philanthropic arm of USA Ultimate. Our funding priorities are focused on fostering access, growing youth ultimate, investing in local communities, and supporting the Girls Ultimate Movement and the Del Rico Johnson Fund. Our mission is to fuel a future for Ultimate that is accessible to all backgrounds and identities by supporting USA Ultimate programs, partners, and communities. Let's stop sitting on the sidelines. Let's make the ultimate difference for the next generation.
Both teams finding the energy here at halftime. Whitman trying to generate a huge comeback run as there's a big-time dance party on the Middlebury sideline. Vibes continue to remain high here at the Division III College Championships. This is the final game. We thank you, of course, for tuning in. Theo Wan, bring you the coverage with Kelsey Percy. We thank our production team as well behind the scenes. And what a first half here for that Middlebury defensive line. Certainly really flexing their muscles here as they hold this advantage.
Definitely going to be interesting. Again, one of the challenges that Whitman faced is that early loss of Kate Campbell. You can see the energy, the hype, the body language. That's exactly what you want. You don't want any hesitation. You want to see the confidence. But without Campbell there in that center handler position, can they weather this wind? Do they have enough depth to respond? Because Middlebury is just pouring it on and being relentless.
Amy Lee having a great afternoon, making big plays. The Team China product, making her name known across the D3 landscape. Of course, we saw that Gabby Campbell spin move earlier. That's been one of the highlights for Whitman. But certainly it's been a lot of Middlebury, especially that catch by Ganzel to keep things alive. Middlebury going to start on offense here. And this will be a key defensive point for the Sweets. Can they generate some pressure now? De Silva slicing it through. Goldstein called off Widmeyer to make the catch. Widmeyer now finding Rainier. Lots of free pranksters here as the disc in the hands of Maddie Mitchell. Middlebury offense looking very calm and collected, which is drawing the person calls for the Sweets. Down the line looking for Goldstein. Great effort. Is that up? It's going to be ruled a goal.
It is up. Holy wow. Goldstein with the incredible effort. Ella Widmeyer going every other there. Puts the upwind backhand. We haven't seen teams scoring this side since the wind grew so strong. Wow, that was incredible. I think
insane grab there from Avery Goldstein. Third goal of the game.
General sense of speechlessness from the booth up here. That, to have it pop up over her head like that, and she caught that disc maybe a mere inch from the ground and had to throw herself sideways. That was unbelievable. And you can see the energy. Middlebury just feeling it right now. They are up 9-3. They're up 6 and on an absolute tear.
Pull is up from Salisbury, this Middlebury side. Women offense looking to respond. Their first chance here in the second half. Gabby Campbell working with Albright. Haddock now getting things over to Silvers.
For those of you at home still flabbergasted by that catch, Goldstein is a sophomore.
More years to come of those plays is what you're telling me.
Absolutely more years to come.
Noren working with Campbell. And they get to the other side of the field. Campbell doing her Whitmire impression with every other. Now it's Bygrave. Back to number 27. Campbell looking for options, and Middlebury going to a person set. Attic keeping things alive, finding Hansen now. Noren. Good effort, but just too far from Marina Moyse. Drawing some audible gasps from the Whitman side.
That's the best flow that we have seen from Whitman to date. I love that they were able to execute that going in the upwind, but I wish they had a cut attacking the disc instead of going away, because those have not been working.
Amy Lee, D-line quarterback now, finding Madden. These two players are rookies. The future is super bright for Middlebury right now. They've been really running the D-line offense. But Attic says, I'll collect this block. Give us another chance. Silvers finding Attic. Campbell shaking free up the line. See if the throw's really popping up. That one low. Picked up off the ground by Josie Bygrave. Sidelines erupting for that one.
Whitman is back, showing they can do it. Upwind to the end zone. And I love that it's in that same style. Stepping low, getting that crisp rotation. These are the execution pieces that were lacking in their first half. And now they are showing up, and this is how they will make it back into this game. And watch.
Throw picked up by Bygrave there.
And that's... What an incredible save. So again, that's that big save. Both of these teams scoring into the upwind. Goldstein there. Love that we got that replay.
De Silva. That throw was pressured by Hagen, or excuse me, Albright. That throw just slipped out of the hands of Whitmire. I don't think Garber is going to contest here. And I stand corrected. It's going to be a turnover just right out of the hands of Whitmire.
That's a huge opportunity for Middlebury.
Boyson looking deep. Off the hands of Ullman.
Ullman head hung in frustration. They know it's a big opportunity. Now they still have a really good place here to put pressure on. Remember, defense is their hallmark. This is what got them to the game. Can they really apply that pressure right now?
Pack mentality, they called it. That's what they want to be like on defense. Swarm into the disc. Goldstein making another big catch for this Middlebury side. Up the line to Whitmire, power position. Putting this roll out for Laramie. Fox. Big presence getting the block.
Fox getting the block and also getting the disc moving quickly. I love this aggression. Ullman has to be frustrated. That's a second disc off her hands.
Forney keeping things alive. De Silva now. Great defense from Floyson on Rainier. Same thing with Garver on Whitmire, but it's an around throw by De Silva to Goldstein. There was great handler defense from Garver and Floyson, but it doesn't matter. Middlebury still gets the hold.
Middlebury taking care of business there, and Whitman will regret that because they had a moment where they could have struck a blow and gotten back in. Middlebury looks so poised in the wind.
Goldstein, 4 goals right now. and having a great offensive performance.
The contrast now between these two teams, each of them having their opportunities, but who has executed on them? First, that doink from Whitmire, but here, the backhand punching through the wind. Fox read that one first, got the disc moving, but then Middlebury on the attack. Goldstein just stacking up goals, and so many of them on this upwind side.
Campbell dealing with his Middlebury zone. Norin looking for Attic, but it's going to go by her feet, throw a little too low and not enough float on it. And so Lee, chance to punish it with the short field for Middlebury. Inside throw. Going to go into the fans. No one wanted to catch that one. The fans didn't want some souvenirs out here.
A little bit too much on that throw. Whitman, though, faces the long uphill battle to the far end zone.
Campbell launching this one. Perhaps just trying to get out of their own end zone.
So this is the third time we've seen Campbell launch that flick, and while it gets them out of their own red zone, if they know that's what she's going to do, I want them to set someone up so that becomes a viable look. They need someone in that deep space trying to scoop up that throw.
This throw's hanging up. Lots of players in the area. Bygrave almost got on the second attempt. Madden keeping things alive. Double sixes, moving up the field now. Power position. Flex not to throw the huck and trying to settle things down for their offense. Lee fakes the run up the line to Madden instead. You hear the D-up chance from the sideline, really trying to fire up this sweet side. Spin around throw works. Lee's low throw is not picked up. Good effort from Ganzel. You can see Attic, running it right to the line.
Second lost break opportunity for Middlebury, so their defense will continue to grind. Lauren completely unmarked in this sequence, but it doesn't matter because the disc goes high.
Wynn continuing to play tricks here on these throwers as Madden now finds Salisbury as they're into the red zone here. Trying to collect their 11th point of the contest, moving 1 point closer to a title. And that's going to work out. Ganzel on the receiving end.
Legs looking very tired on that point. Middlebury continuing to storm to a very dominant lead right now. And for Whitman, part of the question is, again, how do they connect and keep that position? First, this overshot from Lee. You could see the target, but just going so far. And then this shot from Campbell. This, again, is where I'd love to see them setting someone further deep, knowing that they want that look to go. The big save by Madden. And then the give-go, that backhand to that break side has been absolute money for Middlebury.
Ganzel, 10 goals in the tournament now, to go along with 4 assists and 3 blocks. This Middlebury side, their closest game so far has been the 15-12 win on the showcase field here on day 1 in pool play. But their bracket play, they beat Rice Torque 15-8. And then in the semis, a complete performance from start to finish, winning 15-4 over the Haverford Bryn Mawr Sneetches, and currently up 11-4 in this final.
Yeah, absolutely looking like a top seed. And remember, Middlebury had that pool of death. with Wesleyan in their team, St. Olaf. But their defense continues to power through this game.
Just hit the body of Ellie Sebesta. It's going to hang and be caught there. Annie Art. Art needs an option and finds one for another Middlebury break.
You see the energy, the excitement, every single Middlebury player here to play. You love it when it's not the stars that are making plays. This is the depth in the roster. This is the way that you win a national championship.
Art making the saving grab there, getting up, being composed, and then throwing the assist to Liz Melican, a rookie on this team. Get yourself a goal in the national final.
The Middlebury sideline still ecstatic, still in disbelief.
They're feeling it right now. The Northwest supporters still trying to usher on their squad here. Doing their best to try to inject a comeback attempt. Remember, there is no hard cap in the final. So you do got to score the final point if you're the winning team. Can't get timed out. Hansen working with Noren. Beal also back on the field. Campbell. Is this zone?
It's an interesting look for Middlebury because there's the three-person cup, but then a flat wall across. So when the disc does get outside the cup, there's nowhere to go because the wall is already there. They haven't gotten past it. Snatch D by Middlebury.
Rainier coming through for that one. Whitmire out on this defensive point. Gonna air out this backhand. And now we got a fan who wants to catch a souvenir. We like to see that.
Heads up, Theo, the wind has changed direction again. It's now in more of a pure upwind, downwind in orientation to the field, but very swirly. If you're a player who's thrown in wind, you know that when the wind moves, it completely changes some of the angles that you need to throw, and so it makes your brain work so much harder because you're trying to read what you're feeling.
Clap catch not working out for Noren. Whitmire slow and methodical, walking up to the disc. The dangerous throwing assassin out here. Gonna throw an open side pass. And more celebration from the Middlebury side. Jessica Berger getting on the board. Nice to see these rookies getting play time, making a contribution in the national final.
Well, Theo, think just minutes back to when we were listening to LBD for his interview after the Middlebury men's won, talking about the future of the program. And this is something we've seen from this Middlebury women's program as well. They're investing into their future, that these rookies and sophomores are getting these valuable reps, that they're stepping on this big moment. They're going to remember this. They're going to carry this into next year. And this is how you build a powerful program.
Middlebury, Vermont going to be flowing with championship flavor right now. The men's team winning earlier. The women's team trying to complete the sweep right now. They would be hunting for their fourth title and would pass Carleton, who has won 3 titles in their own right. And like their men's side, would have the most titles in Division III women's history.
Theo, the question was asked earlier in our Discord. If there had been a men's and women's simultaneous sweep before, and I believe the answer was no. This might make
D1
history.
and D3, is that the distinction they were trying to make in both, in like all of them?
I think just in D3. Yeah, because UNC has definitely done it in D1. Whitman, though, gets back on the board. Don't count us out yet.
Hey, fans are cheering right now. Floyson airing that one out to Wyatt Albright, their leading goal scorer.
Whitman, I think, very much perceived as the underdog in this game, and I know a lot of other teams were very much cheering for them. I think just hopeful that they could put up a fight. And this is a gorgeous shot from Floyson. Look how flat that was, just generally arcing in. Watch it again. She's got really good lotation, and it just floats in. Great read by Albright.
The O chance. Hey, I love that cheer, by the way. That's one of my favorites as a former O-line player in a past life. I do appreciate the O-line cheers out here. As we look at the D-line for Whitman, Hansen is set to pull. But Gabby Campbell and Norman are also out there, so they're going to try to power up and see if they can get a little bit of some comeback juice happening here.
Little fun nugget for you. Biggest margin of victory in a D3 final, 10 goals. But watch out. Whitman wants to close that gap.
They're certainly trying to do so right now. They have a chance near midfield. Campbell has a couple receivers, and that laser throw, no shot as Maddie Mitchell knocks it down. Horny, not going to work out to Goldstein.
Whitman, second break chance. They've had trouble getting out of this side of the field, though, and they do so much better when they're in motion. I like this quick give-go. They're not waiting to a higher stall. Ullman, though, third consecutive turn when the disc has been sent her direction.
Widmeyer. Someone's going to have to mark number 6 because going every other right now. Pioneer's throw is hanging and taken down by Gabby Campbell.
Campbell absolutely roaming the skies there in the end zone for Whitman.
And it's a little hammer time out here to Ullman, who's sure with the two hands. Cheers from the crowd as that hammer bringing them some excitement.
Ullman puts the Downs to sleep by spinning in that one. I guess you just need to throw it upside down.
Campbell was on the line catching that one, so it's an out-of-bounds call by the observer.
That's a tough one for Whitman. They were making progress. But now Widmeyer to pick up.
Great pressure, but Laramie keeps it alive. Hansen all over the field as a two-way player for Whitman. But Laramie up to the task. Rainier, marked by Ullman. Now it's De Silva. Goldstein was open, didn't hit her. Now Widmeyer. Smooth and patient right now. Widmeyer, a little give and go action, finding Rainier. 6th assist for Ella Widmeyer.
So smooth from Middlebury. And looking for the sure thing. You know, you can be impatient with the, hey, Goldstein was open, but also Middlebury wanting to attack the right way, wanting to be in motion, not wanting to throw full-footed, not wanting to throw into a poach. Campbell continuing to rack up defensive tallies there. Ullman pulling in that hammer, but unfortunately ruled out for Campbell. That's such a killer.
Wind really starting to pick up here in this final. The latter stages, Middlebury up 14-5. Widmeyer, 7 assists in this game. And is up to 30 for the tournament. That only puts her third. Claire Lee of McAllister at 38 and Rhea Stevens of Rice at 35.
Considering the amount of workload that Widmeyer holds on this team, I think part of that is showing how many other players have stepped up. Players like Alyssa Lee, who are taking on a little bit of that capacity that typically has fallen to Widmeyer.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Amy Lee and Lizzie Madden. Those two have been key D-line quarterbacks for them. Floyson thought about the huck. Whitman trying to keep their season alive here. And friendly fire. Making sure both are okay. Garver looking for the disc. So was Tatum Hugel.
That's the second time we've seen that happen, Theo. And I want more communication because that was preventable.
Go or okay, so there's no calls. Correct? Okay, there's no calls. Stop when you're ready.
So players shaken, no calls, play will resume, and Middlebury has possession.
Looking to break for the win and a title. Will be their fourth in program history. Bygrave saying, hold on. We want to keep this game going. Like the punt from Floyson, making Middlebury work it the full 70 yards.
Almost viable, just past the outstretched hands of Hugel.
Knocking it down is Garver. Floyson directing traffic.
Garver, her fourth D of the game, and the break for Whitman.
Tatum Hugel gets the score.
Excuse me, that's the hold for Whitman. It feels almost like a moral victory at this point because you're down by so much, but you're still fighting.
Garver slapping it down and then Floyson zipping it to the end zone. Floyson from Seattle, Washington. There's a lot of Seattle all over this game. Julia Hansen, the two-way player for Whitman, playing high school ultimate with Ella Widmeyer. There's a lot of Seattle connection out here. Gabby Campbell, the Campbells also from that area. The Pranksters men hoping to usher their team on for a sweep. That is their hope right now. Scoreline 14-6, chance to hold for the W. Season ended in semifinals the last two seasons. String of championships from 21 to 23. Trying to do it once again here in 2026. De Silva finds Laramie, who's been buzzing all over the cutter space. Widmeyer. The sophomore moving things along, but great pressure there from Whitman, and hey, a break chance.
A break chance, another opportunity. Whitman has the personnel they need on the field to do this. And look, they're gaining yards. They're finding that space, but they've got to ask their legs to do a little more work.
Campbell has Hugel very open. Can Widmeyer close up the gap? No discussion of a foul. Play will continue. Whitmire still going hard on defense right now, telling the offense to come in.
Well, and I think Whitmire earns the D on that one because her hustle to get to the disc caused Hugel.
Gabby Campbell with a big block. See the head tops from the sideline there.
Sky symbol for Gabby Campbell. And frustration from Hugel has been everywhere. Remember, Hugel scored that last goal and had a look on goal before that. Middlebury, though, could win it right here.
Silva to Whitmire. Rainier. He sets it to Whitmire. Calling the teammate off there. That throw rejected by Fox. Taking away that Melanie Forney throw.
Fox, second D of the game. But a quick grab there on the goal line.
Very open is Rainier. And that's going to be a good goal. Middlebury back on top. It's a sweep for the Pranksters. The women's team also wins. They defeat Whitman 15-6.
You can see the emotion, the tears, the swan from Middlebury. And that last D by Goldstein. Remember, Goldstein had gotten that nasty grab on the upside end zone, just showing up big in this championship game. This has to feel so sweet to Middlebury.
A dynasty brewing in Middlebury, Vermont, sweeping both the women's and men's division. What a commanding showing from start to finish of this tournament. And really, especially in the semis and finals, Rainier catching the final goal. How poetic that a senior captain is the one to get that 15th point.
And you just gotta love it. You feel inside your heart how wonderful this moment is, how these players will treasure this. And so many of them, again, young. This is a program that's gonna come back with a majority of its talent next year. We could see the beginning of another multi-year dynasty for Middlebury.
Championship scenes here. This Middlebury program now the winningest in D3 women's history. 4 titles to their name. They pass Carleton College Eclipse and now have 4 in the trophy case. What a showing from them. Celebration abounds as they are going to head home with some hardware around their neck. And we're joined by their star player, Ella Whitmire. First of all, Ella, congratulations on the title.
Thank you.
Put into words this championship feeling.
It's amazing. It's really bittersweet. Whitman has 2 of my best friends on it, Julia Hansen and Kate Campbell, who are my goats and carry their team and are fantastic humans. So it's definitely bittersweet, but it also is amazing. I think this team has put in so much effort into getting into this point and leaned so hard into the team aspect of being a self-coached team. We have Lee and Sandy, who are amazing people, but it's all us. It's all people showing up to our 6 a.m. practices and grinding and doing sprints and sending Q workout selfies and being the best team. I think also it's just an amazing feeling to be able to give that to our 3 seniors and our 3 captains, who are the most amazing. captains that I think this team could have asked for. They led this team with, like, yeah, truly the best leadership that I think this team could have had. So it feels really, really, really special to be able to give that to them.
Ella, talk to me about how it felt to see Goldstein make that incredible catch and the rookies that you had step up in this game.
Well, I love Avery. She catches all my bad throws. And that was a full trust throw on my part. So, yeah, I trust Avery completely. I think also our rookies are amazing. Like our last couple lines there were fully open lines. Every single player that we have on this team touched the field today. I think that's really special and really shows something that it's like about all our team goal is about depth. And I think last year we talked a lot about depth, and this year we like actually honed in on it, and every single player who's here deserved to be on the championship field. And so having all these amazing rookies, like I could shout people out, but I also think the entire rookie class deserves to be shouted out. Every single person was there and putting in the effort. So, yeah.
Can you talk about the work, the D-line especially? They were just so efficient throughout this tournament. What makes them so dangerous?
I think they're just gritty. We haven't had a single tournament that hasn't been actually the worst wind ever. And they have played thousands, or it feels like thousands, of horribly windy points. And their grind is just incredible. I am so grateful to them, in every game for the work they put in. I think it's amazing. So, yeah, they definitely get the credit of our wins this weekend.
Well, hey, you've got the mic, you've got the moment. Who are you shouting out to back home, or how much of your at-home family is here?
A lot of my family is here. I guess I'll shout out my twin brother and the Stone Clowns. Go Bowden. My parents, obviously, my little sister. But I think just biggest shout out to Whitman, honestly. Like this was the hardest team we've played this tournament. Their grind was incredible. Every single person on that team is incredible. Yeah, it's really cool the work that they've put in to get to this spot, coming from the 7th seed. Oh, and shout out Stan Birdsong, my coach from high school. Shout out Stan. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Thank you, Ella. We're going to let you go celebrate with your team. You're a champion out here in college.
Thank you.
15-6 scoreline here, and Kelsey, a lot to glean from the stats here. Look at the breaks for Middlebury in contrast to the sweets.
Again, I can't get over the 100% hold rate in this gnarly wind. But 29 breaks is absurd, and the difference of punching in 8 of them to the 0 of 16 was truly the difference in the game. Yes, you've got the turnovers, but look at that high number, double-digit blocks for both teams. You saw the action right here in the women's finals.
We thank you for tuning into Ultiworld's coverage. Division I happening this coming week, so stay tuned for that. Go to ultiworld.com to get more information. Middlebury on top of the D3 landscape, sweeping both divisions. What a showing from them. Start to finish at this tournament. This final goal here, going to put a bow on it. It's going to be CC Rynear catching that one. Middlebury, our champions in the women's division, defeating Whitman 15-6.